Welcome to today's explainer. Look, if you're managing cloud infrastructure right now, you already know the deal. The sheer scale, the breakneck speed of modern deployments, it basically renders traditional, manual security models completely obsolete. So today, we're demystifying AI-driven cloud security. We're going to take all the complex data out there and break it down into a highly actionable, chronological 18-month roadmap. We'll explore exactly how you can transform your cloud governance from a manual, bottlenecked nightmare into a really intelligent, automated powerhouse. Let's get into it. Okay, to really understand where we're going, we first kind of need to look at what we're leaving behind. Just take a look at this comparison. The traditional approach relies heavily on manual audits, static rule-based systems, and these reactive monthly reviews. But here's the reality check. When a modern cyber threat acts in literal seconds, a monthly security review, that's basically just an autopsy report. The AI-driven approach fundamentally flips the script. It brings in continuous anomaly detection and automated remediation. It actually predicts risks before they even become incidents. Making this shift isn't just a nice-to-have upgrade anymore. It's absolutely essential if you want to survive against today's rapid-fire threats. All right, let's dive into exactly what this means, because it's absolutely crucial we're on the same page here. AI-driven cloud governance is the continuous monitoring of cloud environments to detect risks, enforce policies, and automate remediation by learning normal behavior. The really important takeaway here is that AI isn't just some marketing buzzword or a fancy analytics dashboard. It's an active, intelligent control system. Instead of relying on rigid, static rules, the AI actually learns what normal looks like for your specific network, your workloads, and your identities. And the second it spots a deviation that hints at a compromise, it flags it. So here is our roadmap for today. We'll quickly cover the vision, and then move chronologically through Phase 1, establish foundation, Phase 2, introduce AI detection, Phase 3, automate response, and Phase 4, optimize and scale. And finally, we'll wrap up by looking at measuring your success. All right, kicking things off with Part 1, the vision, moving from reactive to proactive. The ultimate goal of this whole transformation is to build a system that is continuously analyzing your identities, your workloads, and your networks. We want to completely move away from relying on predefined signatures. Instead, we're using machine learning and behavioral analysis to proactively hunt down zero-day attacks, insider threats, and subtle misconfigurations way before any damage is done. And to get there, we're going to use this ready-made 18-month roadmap. Notice how it's broken down into manageable chunks? Months 0 to 3 are all about the foundation. 3 to 6 introduce detection, 6 to 12 focus on response, and 12 to 18 are for optimizing and scaling. We do this for a very good reason, to avoid cognitive overload and organizational burnout. Taking it step by step like this, starting simple and layering in the complexity, gives you a much better balance between ironclad security and actual operational efficiency. Which brings us to Phase 1, establish foundation. This phase covers those critical first 3 months. Now, I know it is incredibly tempting to just jump straight into all the cool cutting-edge automation, but we have to get the basics right first. Why? Because an AI model is quite literally only as good as the data you feed it. AI cannot protect what it cannot see. So this phase is entirely about getting total unblinking visibility across your cloud environment. Your deliverables for these first 90 days? First, inventory all your cloud assets and identities. Next, centralize your logs into a SIM, pulling telemetry from IAM events, network flows, APIs, the whole shebang. You also need to enable Cloud Security Posture Management, or CSPM, and make sure you're enforcing multi-factor authentication everywhere. The big takeaway here is that you have to define clear governance metrics and establish ownership right out of the gate. Without that baseline, the AI has absolutely nothing to learn from. Moving right along to Phase 2, introduce AI detection. As we enter months 3 to 6, things start getting really interesting, and we inject a bit of urgency. With our foundation rock solid, the AI steps in to actively build a baseline of normal behavior, and it starts hunting. We're transitioning from just hoarding logs to actually making sense of them. This is where User and Entity Behavior Analytics, or UEBA, shows its massive practical value. The AI is constantly evaluating login locations, device fingerprints, and access patterns, and it assigns instant risk scores. A normal login? Low risk, obviously. But what about impossible travel? Say, a user logs in from New York and then London 10 minutes later? Boom, flagged as high risk. A sudden mass file download by a routine service account? Critical. The AI is doing this math in milliseconds, handing your security analysts perfectly contextualized alerts. And you know what? This applies to vulnerabilities too. Most security teams are just drowning in thousands of alerts. AI completely flips that dynamic. Instead of a massive, unreadable list, it prioritizes issues based on actual operational risk. It looks at exploitability, internet exposure, business criticality, and active threat intelligence. So rather than your team pulling their hair out trying to patch every single minor issue at once, which, let's be real, is impossible, the AI tells them exactly which vulnerabilities pose the highest real-world threat right now. It is a total game changer for saving analyst time and fighting alert fatigue.
Okay, on to phase 3, automate response.
This spans months 6 through 12. Up until now, the system has basically just been telling us what's broken. But in this phase, the AI evolves from just a really smart alarm bell into an active responder. It starts quarantining threats and fixing misconfigurations entirely on its own. Let's look at a concrete example. Imagine a developer is moving fast, pushing code, and they deploy a new virtual machine but completely forget to add the required security tags, leaving it unencrypted. Back in the day, that vulnerability might just sit there exposed until an audit caught it weeks later, but here? Step 1, the VM gets deployed. Step 2, the AI instantly catches the policy violation. Step 3, the AI automatically intercepts it, applies the correct tags, turns on the encryption, and logs the entire action for the audit trail. The issue is fixed seamlessly in real time with zero human intervention.
Oh, and here is a massive and honestly kind of surprising bonus to all of this. This automation isn't strictly for security. It is a massive driver for cost optimization too. The AI is continuously analyzing your resource usage to spot waste and predict spending trends. If it detects a virtual machine just sitting there at 5% CPU utilization for 30 straight days, it proactively recommends downsizing it. Or, depending on your policies, it can even just shut it down automatically. So this system isn't just keeping you secure, it's literally actively saving you money.
Finally, we hit phase 4, optimize and scale.
We're in months 12 to 18 now. Your core operations are highly automated, so the focus now shifts to extending this incredibly robust governance framework across all your complex, multi-cloud, and hybrid environments. As you scale, you really want to keep these 4 focus areas in mind. First, seamlessly extend those governance rules everywhere. Second, continuously tune your AI models using real operational feedback to ensure high precision. Third, actively run red team exercises. You have to validate that these AI controls actually hold up under real pressure. And fourth, actually, scratch that. This is the most critical one. You absolutely must maintain human approval for high-impact actions. We want intelligent automation, absolutely, but we definitely don't want blind over-reliance on it. Humans still need to be the ones governing the AI.
Section 6. Measuring your success. So, after 18 months of hard work, how do we actually prove this whole transformation was worth the effort? We do it by connecting our technical milestones directly back to executive KPIs. In threat detection, your golden metric is the mean time to detect, or MTTD. With AI running the show, that number should absolutely plummet. For incident response, you're looking at mean time to respond, the MTTR, which goes way down thanks to your new automation rate. And for general operations, you should be tracking a massive reduction in false positives and the literal hours of analyst time you've saved. These are the hard numbers that prove undeniably that AI is reducing risk and saving resources. Which really leaves us with this one final critical question to chew on. Is your cloud environment actively learning to defend itself, or is it just sitting there waiting to be breached? Making this shift from reactive manual audits to a proactive intelligent defense, it's no longer a luxury. It is the new baseline. By following this 4-phase framework, you can transform your cloud into an environment that doesn't just passively host your data, but actively, intelligently fights to protect it. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really encourage you to take a hard look at your own infrastructure today and ask yourself where you currently sit on this roadmap.